Hi guys, Ron Rohde here, and today we're going to look at a pretty cool video that we got in an email from Volvo. This is regarding the
Polestar Precept.
it's a pretty exciting electric concept. So if you take a look, I got this email, an electric summer awaits, Polestar. This is an all-access documentary. Apparently they're going to be doing a little bit of a series on designing and building the car. So I'm just going to do a little commentary.
A concept car helps us push the boundaries of what might be possible without that sort of...
Looks pretty cool so far. It definitely is following in the Polestar 1, but also more modern.
shooting for the moon. I don't think we'll ever see the progression we see.
Not sure I like the suicide doors. I think it's going to be more confusing than it is helpful. You definitely get a lot of different benefits, but when you lose that B pillar, people are using those for routing. You have the traditional seat belts. There's a lot more mounting that goes on that B pillar, so when you lose that, I'm not sure if that's useful. But again, this kind of shooting brake silhouette, really much better over the Polestar 1, I think, which was a little bit too squared off, but this is a longer, bigger looking car.
We're following the design process and the engineering process of the manifesto car for Polestar, and we're following it all the way through all the ups and downs and blood, sweat and tears and what we experience until the finished product.
So this one definitely has some Tesla Roadster vibes. I like that front. Do you like the front of that car? Yeah. The wheels look big, oversized. I love the small mirrors just for cameras. I definitely think that would be better, and legislation is really just what's standing in the way of being able to have just mirrors on the side and having a screen instead of a full massive physical mirror. I still think it could be safe to have a default, like if the camera malfunctions, you could have a mirror pop out, or you could have some type of add-on, but for 90% of the time, it doesn't make sense to have physical mirrors. Again, this type of hockey stick or L-shaped headlight, it's getting really popular. I mean, the Ferrari 458, Tesla Roadster, everybody's doing it. I think there's another style that Volvo could pick up and maybe try to tie it into the main line, but
The aim is always to do something that is far enough out there to be inspiring, but at the same time realistic enough so you don't disappoint when the real thing then hits the road. We set out to do a real car from the start.
So I like what Maximilian was saying. You want it to be futuristic, but still not disappointing when you get the final car. And I think there's a lot of examples like that in the automotive industry, where the concept just was nothing like the original. But the S2000 was great, the NSX, all of these leading cars, but then keeping the wheel size a little bit reasonable. Having things like mirrors already planned on this concept car, that's a really great way to show everybody that's realistic. And so here, we have a realistic future car.
You're so close to reality that people can see themselves in this car, in this object, with interacting with it. And that's our skill, to take that step, to inspire people to what the future may hold for them, but not lose them by being a designer's dream that is not realistic.
Definitely true. I love this statement. They have to be mass produced, made for the real world. You see that with Tesla. So if you have this great concept that can be handmade and perfect quality, well, when it hits the production line, you get a completely different car in terms of the build quality. So let's see how they execute it.
So what we're trying to do here, we introduced in the precept, and we're just trying to bring that into production, which is
a bit challenging.
I'll say this fabric use, it looks amazing. I love contrast belts. I think it gives you a sportiness that every day you get in and you feel a little bit excited to drive your car. The shape, you know, we're really feeling like Elon fanboys, but SpaceX, you know, this thing looks like a rocket seat or a spaceship seat. Say that 3 times fast.
And the customer should feel, oh, I want it. And they should feel that this is something completely new that they have never seen before. And that's what we aim for.
When we get our first sort of surfaces or sketches from the design team, we take them and look at how we might be able to make them. Do they do what we want them to do? So it's not got to look good, only look good. It's actually got to function and do what we want it to do. So that could be such as comfort or something like that, or it might have to work from a safety point of view. So we have to take their sketch and see, can we actually make it do all those things? The team have gone further than most concept cars would in trying to deliver something that we can realise.
For me, this is the dream scenario. When you don't have anything, you know, it's just super flashy and it's almost like an iPhone, you know, you just have this really nice line. This door has to be able to open, and then you add a door handle that works, and that needs to work. Then all of a sudden you see the radius and the gaps, they start to get bigger and bigger. And this is something that we, from the beginning, we fight to make sure it ends up like that.
This car is setting up the future of Polestar as a brand and as a design language for the brand. Industrial products in general.
All right. Well, I think it's a pretty cool teaser. We definitely like the Polestar 1. It remains to be seen how the Polestar 2 comes around.